Hey folks, this is Bobo the Vulture, and it's time for some more Gran Turismo. Blank! Simulation mode. Bow. Really, who plays arcade mode on this? I know, if you actually wanted to play against a friend, you would go into arcade mode. This is where the real pay dirt is for this whole rigmarole. So anyhow, hey look, I got a whole lot more money than I used to. It's because I entered the Mega Speed Cup a whole bunch of times trying to get the second optional car. It kept on giving me the, whatever it is, the Soarer over and over again. Soarer. And I also entered the normal car championship one more time to get the second car from that. It gave me that on the first try for some reason. But here, let me show you the car that you get. Oh, I didn't sell these ones. Oh, there you go. But yes, it is an Aston Martin DB7. Super DD7. Yeah, the Aston Martin DB7. There it is. For some reason, they won't tell you about it there. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and get in these Soarers. Wait, do I want to keep a yellow one, or do I want to keep this red one? I think I want to keep the yellow one. Anyways, time to go to town and sell these cars, just because otherwise they're just taking up space. Not to Dodge. Sell it to Toyota. Used car sale, 12,000. Yes. Can't remember whether or not I've specifically mentioned it here, but you may have noticed the Toyota Soarer bears a strong visual resemblance to a car that was sold in the United States as the Lexus GS. I think the GS 300 and the GS 400, they had a V6 model and a V8 model. Interestingly enough, people tended to think that the version of the car that was good if you were a real enthusiast driver or something like that was the V6 model, the one with a smaller engine. Partially because it had better weight distribution, and partially because that was the only one you could get in America with a manual transmission. And, you know, manual transmissions. It's the thing that you have to have. Oh yeah, I was going to go to Aston Martin Town, have a look at what's going on there. Pretty much you can get a DB7 Coupe or a DB7 convertible. 150 grand. 135 horsepower. Well, here I can read about it at least, which is something that I wanted to do. Aston Martin released this DB7 in 1994. It is the new generation of the famous DB car that had been discontinued 20 years earlier, with the DB6, coincidentally. Actually, was it? Nah, whatever. The styling of 2+2 Coupe fully expresses Aston Martin's ideas about sports cars and evokes the cars of the good old days. The engine is a 197 cubic inch inline 6-cylinder 24-valve supercharged dual-overhead cam engine, delivering maximum power of 335 horsepower, peak torque of 362 pound-feet. Transmission is available on 5-speed manual and 4-speed automatic, while suspension is double wishbone system. Brakes are ventilated discs on both sets of wheels. Supercharged engine accelerates with a seamless surge of power on both the large 3,750 pound car along with vigor. Its maximum speed is 160 miles an hour, even in automatic. In 1996, the convertible DB7 Volante was added to the lineup. But yeah, actually not all that impressive. I mean, it's a beautiful car, you know, styled magnificently, and really ought to be put in dark green there like that. But actually, in terms of sporting prowess, they never really tried to race the DB7 so much. I think they made one or two like prototypes to sort of gauge what people's interests would be, maybe start a one-make series where everybody is racing around in a specially race-modified DB7. But no, it wasn't until the I guess the DB9 they raced a little bit. This car actually, it looks really nice. $12,000, by the way. Looks really nice, but there's actually not. I mean, I believe the chassis could trace its roots back to the old Jaguar XJS, which was a coupe that had been around since like the early 80s. Can you do a racing modification for this car? You can! See, and I'm a sucker for this, honestly. I'm a sucker for the traditional British racing green with the sort of a yellow, secondary trim, red wheels, the old roundel style numbering. I kinda have to make this car the most that it can be, just 'cause of that. I say traditional British racing green. There actually used to be a rule in Formula 1 racing. This was, many, many years ago. You cannot put a turbocharger on this car, can you? You can. Well, Hootsman. Get out to 359 horsepower. That's actually not that fantastic. 349. You cannot do NA tuning. On the bright side, actually, modding this car up nicely shouldn't cost that much. I'd like to see whether or not I could use this in like the UK versus US Cup or the UK versus Japan Cup. It might not be up to the task, at least with me behind the wheel. Because you can't increase displacement, you can't NA tune it. Mufflers. Let's get a racing muffler going. I'll be able to break 400 horsepower at least, I guess. That's something, right? I'm gonna guess you cannot put an intercooler on such a little tiny turbocharger. This turbine kit uses a high-flow compact turbine to increase power and high engine speed range without sacrificing torque, etc. Yeah, you can't really get that much out of it. 424. Alright. Well, anyways, we're doing this. There's no turning back now. I mean, there is, but I'm not going to. I probably should have checked to see what time I started this overall video here. If I'm actually going to obey my own commands and attempt to stop LPing for the night before it gets, so late that I don't know what I'm doing, I will have to be actually going in not too long. Hello, I must be going. I cannot stay. I came to say I must be going. I'm glad I came, but just the same, I must be going. Tra-la. Yeah, but if I'm remembering right, the sort of the foundation under parts of this car. I mean, it was an evolution, but that it was derived from the old Jaguar XJS, which makes sense because at the time, both Aston Martin and Jaguar were owned by Ford, neither of which is owned by Ford now. Jaguar was sold off to the Indian Tata Motor Group, and Aston Martin was actually purchased by a private investor group, I believe, led up by David Richards, who is a Briton of note, particularly in race preparations. Some of you may have heard his, probably best known for his ProDrive operation, which is the company that has sort of made much of their name off of the famous Subaru World Rally cars, the Impreza World Rally Championship winning cars, all the Colin McRae Rally Machine kind of things. From back in the days when Colin McRae was with us, folks. He died a few years back in a helicopter accident. Anyhow, gonna racing modify this DB7 Coupe. That should have it as sussed out as it will ever be. But yeah, there used to be a rule in Formula 1 in the old days, like in the 60s. You were supposed to sort of livery up your car and paint it up in in colors based on nationality. The British were supposed to paint their cars in green. The Italians were red, which is why you always see Ferraris and Alfa Romeos and a lot of Maseratis in red. Lamborghini, not so much. Lamborghini didn't have that much of a presence in racing, actually. They mostly built road cars. They put the Lamborghini name on a Formula 1 engine for a brief while in the 90s, I think. It was the 90s. So UK versus US, I could try it. 5 races. British sports cars versus American sports cars. What kind of races do we have here? Trial Mountain, Special Stage Route 5, Special Stage Route 11. I really don't like the special stages in this game, folks. High speed ring. They want to see how hard that thing is gonna top out. I remember seeing it's 160 miles an hour. This thing doesn't have that good a top speed, folks. We'll give it a shot. If it loses, I can just put it in a different tournament, like the front engine rear wheel drive tournament or the Clubman Cup. Some other racing series that I haven't won with. If I lose with it here, that's fine. We'll still find a reason. I will justify all of this expense somehow. Trial Mountain backwards. Let me do a test run just so that I get a feel for the car before I qualify it. But, yeah. It's very free revving. That's nice. But yeah, the car was styled by, I guess the styling was credited to Ian Callum, who I believe is now the man in charge of, in charge of design for Jaguar, which is interesting because they're no longer owned by the same company. But yeah, I believe he, like, later on after he designed the DB7, or styled the DB7, went on to head up the Jaguar group. So all of the sort of like the cool new Jaguars that you see out there these days. It's all his group. That's all sort of his design input that made those what they are. See, sliding is fun, folks. Will probably very adversely affect my my time here, but it looks cool. Makes you look hard. Alright. Well, having done that, I'll go ahead and start the qualifying now. I think I have a pretty good idea of how the car is now. It's interesting, actually, because, of course, the last car that I actually drove in this game, I think the last video had me in the Mitsubishi GTO. Of course, the immediate comparison they have to draw with this car is to the Dodge Viper, because in terms of like power and weight and stuff, this is going to be a lot more like that. Of course, this is racing modified, so it's probably even a little lighter. It has racing tires on it, so the grip is significantly greater. Actually, kind of think of it, after all the work that we've done on the engine of this car, pretty sure that now it still doesn't make as much as that Viper did stock. Because it's, I mean, this just, what are you going to do with a 6-cylinder against an awesome V10? I mean, it could be an issue, considering we are very likely to, you know, be up against Vipers and their ilk in this tournament. Could be bad news Browns, folks. Or bad news Bears, depending on your preference and how you like your bad news. That wasn't a very good corner exit there, so I imagine that will hurt me in this qualifying effort. Let's see where we stack up. Very far behind. Oh, these are all racing modified cars. Oh no. Yeah, this wasn't a good idea, folks. But hey, it's a new qualifying record. Woo! I'll go ahead and run this race. If things are looking as bad as I think they might, I might just quit out of the championship. We'll find a different place to utilize this car more properly. I like how, since I have the hardtop version of the DB7, they're like, go ahead and give this other guy the Volante, the convertible one. Have him use that. Oh, that actually wasn't a very good way to handle that turn, was it? Actually, this isn't too bad, is it? That was a bright yellow Dodge Viper, wasn't it? Alright, do I really have all these guys like this outpowered? Okay, apparently not the Viper, because the Viper was just punching that TVR through the turns here. Ouch. Hey, knock it off. Okay, these are 3-lap races, so that's a nice intermediate distance. 5-lap races in this, especially, I'm guessing if you're watching them online, can probably look like a bit of a chore after, or can be a bit of a chore to watch after a while. 2-lap races, I mean, you've barely gotten yourself in the groove. And you know, if you choose the wrong groove, you just might lose. Oh, wow. Gearing on this car is not exactly ideally spaced. Of course, I could adjust that myself, but this is the thing that happens when you race and modify a car, especially probably the big issue with trying to compare this car to the Viper. This car has been tuned using a supercharger and a turbocharger. Turbo supercharging. Actually, all turbocharged cars are supercharged in a sense, because supercharging is just basically, in addition to gasoline, a car needs air inside the cylinder chambers in order to ignite, because gasoline needs air to explode. It won't explode. I mean, it needs atmosphere to explode in. What's all supercharging means is air is being moved into, is being forcibly pushed into those chambers rather than just the sort of ambient air sort of being in there. Turbochargers take that a step further by saying what it is doing is recycling the exhaust air, or the exhaust air. I think I got that right. People can I'm sure people can leave comments below critiquing my ignorance about how cars really work. But I mean, I believe in some parts of the world and some points in history, turbocharging was actually known as turbo supercharging, because it is just sort of a variant of that process. Oh, I knew it was going to be that Viper. This Viper is going to be a problem. I'm going to have to be the problem solver. Tyson Tomko. Thank you for bumping me back on course. Guy definitely has a horsepower advantage on me. It is undeniable. I have to beat him in the turns, which is something of a new thing for me. But I won! Hey! So this car didn't get super outclassed. Now, if that person had done a whole lot of just the right kind of tuning to that Viper, probably would be able to whoop my pants. But, because, I mean, you can see the other DBR are ranking very poorly down there. Or the DB7, sorry, there are no DBRs in this one, are there? Anyways, let's move it along here. Victory! Yay! Of course, the other thing that I don't know is I don't know if I had gone ahead and spent 150 grand on a DB7 from the dealership, whether or not it would have had any different power rating, because I'm using my Scouter on this one right now, and the power rating is well, it's far under 9,000, but it's beneath what the dealership was claiming. I don't know if that is because I think we all know this course by now. Of course, we know it better. Well, I know it now, going better the other way. Oh, that's right. This is the slight variant that has an extra sort of a loop around here. Actually, probably didn't need to brake and shift down to 2 there. Or second to gear. Yeah! Just that little hiccup on the gas there. Made sure I didn't collide with the wall on my way up here. Good job. Good jorb. That might be good for pole position. That was a pretty clean lap as far as, like, me stumbling around in Gran Turismo goes. I was 7 seconds off! Okay. I guess this is where the power advantage of other cars must be coming to the fore. What does the starting lineup look like? 424. Okay, so actually, I'm not. I mean, I'm in the sort of same average field, although my car is one of the heaviest. That TVR Griffith actually should be doing a lot better than it is. Anyways, let's have at it here. This may be another one of these situations where they magically qualify really well and then race like crap. I'm gonna have to hope, after all, that that is what's happening here. What am I worried about getting out of other cars' ways? Clearly, I don't have the horsepower necessary to be demanding that. I just need to catch up to these two jokers. Which I'm not going to do, forgetting how the rest of the course goes. Well, that was bad. Well, hopefully, at the very least, I am able to make some reasonable points out of this event. Although, considering one of the other rounds is a test, is a race at the test course, don't think I'm going to be able to really tear up the track there either. Crap. No, you don't understand. You don't actually have a shot at this. With my wanton disregard for my own life and safety. I could just have a go. Of course, it would require properly seeing the course. Come on, if you're gonna do anything here, give me a bump. Move me up here. It's not what I'm talking about. Oh no, I can't let the other Aston Martins pass me. I have to be at least the best on the team. That's right, it's a weird factory effort here. We brought two convertibles with hardtops slapped on them. Then one actual, like, legitimately closed roof model. Ouch. Yes, I just said ouch. In regards to how I'd managed to take that curve. Whoa. Well, there we go. Last place. I kind of severely doubt that we can recover from this, but, you see that? I, very temporarily absorbed into the body of another car, and then got shot off from that like a booster rocket or something. Actually, I may be able to do something with the test course. Was it the test course or the high-speed course? Either way, I guess I'm only at second place. But I'm 5 points down on the Viper. The Viper has to have some bad finishes, which I don't really have that much control over. Still have $500,000, though. I could go back and buy one of those extra cool special edition cars. Enter another one of these tournaments. I may get around to doing that eventually. Oh, it's the high-speed ring. Well, darn it. There's probably not that much I can do to get the car set up for the high-speed ring better than it is. If it was the test course, I might have futzed with the gearing. Slow down my acceleration, but max out the top speed, because that's pretty much what the test course is about. Okay. This probably isn't the best lap ever, which is unfortunate, because I probably kind of need the best lap ever. Probably didn't even need to dab on the brakes there. Probably would have been just fine. Staying super fast. Let me guess. 6th out of 6. By, well, only 2 3/4 seconds. I guess that's an improvement. You will notice that now I'm actually going up against real other racing modified racy car things. So, time to get serious. Serious about being funny. Serious about abusing the rev limiter of this car. Alright, seriously, you guys need to stop outrunning me in a straight line. It's the only way I'm going to make up positions, folks. By doing things that would get you banned from actual racing. I don't know if they've incorporated drafting of the original Gran Turismo, but apparently intends to find out. Holy jeez. That was bad. There we go. Although, pretty much guaranteed to still lose points to the Viper in this one. Although maybe not as many as I'm fearing if he's in second. I'll be okay with losing to the Griffin. Just not to this Viper. Viper. Oh, Hanjaba. Hanjaba. Sorry, that's my new, it's a new type of slang I'm starting here. For when I really mean to drop an F-bomb. Oh, come on. Move your fat British ass, you Aston Martin. That's right, I'm an American calling a British ass fat. In this case, it's true. Nuts. I cannot afford to lose this many more points to the friggin' Viper. At least the Viper didn't finish first, I don't think. I think that car in front of me there is the Viper, so the Griffith won. Yeah. Okay. Still would have much rather won, considering, yeah. Now wait, no, I'm now that, wow, geez, now the Griff has also passed me in the championship. I'm moving down the order! No! After winning the first race. And there you go, folks, that just shows you I really do like that Trial Mountain circuit. Oh, this is terrible. This be turbo. I don't even know why I'm bothering to attempt to qualify. I always qualify in last. Oh, it's a little mini Grand Valley course. Excuse me. Alright, we know this course at least. That's right, I was taking a moment to admire the beauty of this car. I've been having a hard time admiring its grace and speed. And don't get me wrong, folks, this is plenty fast enough a car for somebody that would be driving around on the roads. And I'm driving it terribly. I know all these things. Alright, let's see what the damage is. How many seconds behind 6th place am I? Only about a full second behind last place. Alright, no, I don't need to see the qualifying. Although I suppose I'm only 2 2/3 seconds behind. That's in my qualifying. Maybe that means in race pace I'll be fantastic. I don't even know, folks. Am I convincing any of you? Oh. 2, 1, begin! Crud. Oh, almighty. There's really no point in continuing the championship now. I had to make up a bunch of positions in the sort of first lap here. And that's not going to happen now. I really had to make them up in that section pretty much too, before the cars all started getting spread out. And instead, I literally sort of spun into a wall. My driving is only going to get worse now because I am cheesed off. And yeah. Hey, you guys have probably noticed that my driving has gotten significantly sloppier now. Because I just don't give a rat tail. One of those things that the kids at middle school whose parents didn't want to tell them how to dress or whatever always would wear. Not like wear, like a rat tail is an accessory, but like a hair thing. Rat tails. It's like tiny ponytails for boys. Just exit. Just exit. Now, having done that, do I exit the race or do I exit the championship? I exited out of a race. It exited me out of the whole championship. Well, I tell you what, folks. Yeah, that wasn't really going anywhere anyway. What I may do now, hopefully I'll just go to the garage and the load and save. I don't think I'm actually gonna load and save here, but just as a visual cue to myself. Where to cut this video up? That's very sort of frustrating, folks. But I mean, the tail of the tape was there. I mean, I had an inferior car, and I'm already an inferior driver. There was no way that I was gonna manage to win out. So, I gotta find something that this DB7 will be good at. Something that it can win. Join me in the search for that next time, folks. This is Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Gran Turismo, and I thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye now.